Delicious vegan cheese balls can be simple and oil-free. Just blend, set, garnish, and serve. I'll show you 2 flavor options and then you can take it from there. Hello, I'm Catherine. Bryan's behind the camera, and 'tis the season for cheese boards. But really, when is there not a time for a cheese board? Birthdays, anniversaries, office parties, everyone loves digging into a beautiful platter like the one I'll show you how to make today.
This is a feast. You know, you're just like, I want to eat all the things. I'm so excited.
These quick vegan cheese-like creations I'll show you how to make today are not cultured, so you won't need any probiotic capsules or anything like that, just simple pantry ingredients you probably already have on hand. And if you're used to buying really nice plant-based cheese for occasions like this, then although my recipes aren't cultured, they will likely be about half the price for you. So if those savings sound good, then hit that subscribe button and I'll show you what you need. Both my cranberry crusted flavor and my garlic and dill version have the same base. So all of that creamy, cheesy texture comes from a combination of extra firm tofu and raw cashews that have been soaked in boiling water for at least 15 minutes or in cold water overnight to make them soft and easy to blend. Nutritional yeast provides the cheesy flavor, lemon juice provides tang, miso paste adds salty, savory, umami, funkiness that adds to that cheesy bite, and I add a little bit of extra salt. Now here's where the ingredients change a bit depending on the flavor you're making. For the cranberry crusted version, I add a bit of maple syrup for a little bit of sweetness, and for the garlic dill version, I add garlic and onion powder, and of course dried dill. So if you like experimenting with flavor, then you can probably already tell that you can work with this base and then just toss in whatever seasonings you'd like to create whatever flavor profile you're feeling like. If you need a nut-free version, then you can absolutely make these without the cashews and just use all tofu. That's what I do for my Portuguese soft cheese, which is in my vegan Portuguese cookbook. And that one is all tofu and it firms up just as well. It has a nice texture. So the reason that I chose to make these with half cashews and half tofu is that the cashews help to balance out the flavor of the tofu a little bit. So it's a bit more of a neutral base. If you use all tofu, you'll just have a bit more of that tofu flavor, but there's still all those other flavors. But there's still all of those other flavors in there to help diversify it. You may have noticed that I don't use any oil in this recipe, and similar recipes often use up to a 1/4 cup of coconut oil because it's solid at room temperature, so it helps things like this to firm up. But I tested these with coconut oil and I didn't find a big enough difference in the texture and how firmly these set up to warrant the extra oil, so I tossed that out. Finally, the only 2 ingredients here that might be new to you are nutritional yeast, which is a seasoning of deactivated yeast that you can likely find in your natural food section of your grocery store or at your bulk store, and miso paste, which is a traditional Japanese seasoning, and it's a paste made from fermented soybeans. This is a great condiment to have on hand. It adds a ton of salty, savory flavor to your dishes, and if you buy a tub of this, it will last you a very long time, so I think you're going to love it and you'll find lots of other uses for it. Now, it's about time I showed you how to make these. To make my cranberry crusted vegan cheese ball, crumble 175 grams extra firm tofu into a blender. Add half a cup raw cashews that have been soaked and softened, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon nutritional yeast, 2.5 tablespoons lemon juice, half a tablespoon maple syrup, 1 teaspoon miso paste, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. Blend until very smooth, stopping your machine to scrape down the sides and give your machine a break as needed. Line a bowl or ramekin with cheesecloth or plastic wrap and scoop the blended cheese into the bowl. Wrap the excess over the top and gently press down to make sure it's compact. Cover with a plate or wax wrap and refrigerate for at least 2 hours or overnight to set. Use 3/4 cup cranberries chopped small to garnish. Spread half the cranberries onto a non-stick surface like a silicone baking mat or wax paper. Remove the cheese wheel from the cheesecloth or plastic wrap and lay it on top of the cranberries. Pat cranberries up the sides and onto the top to fully coat. Alternatively, use less cranberries by not coating the bottom. Serve immediately or refrigerate covered until you're ready to dig in. This cranberry version goes so well with my holiday seed crackers. If you haven't tried my incredibly simple, gluten-free, oil-free cracker recipes, then you will have to try these next. And I've linked both of the recipes in the description for you, as well as the videos. So you can watch those ones next. That is so good. We're gonna eat more and I'll talk more later, but first I'll show you how to make the garlic dill version, give you an alternate for how to shape the cheese, and this is so good I can't remember what else I was gonna say. I just wanna eat it. Crumble 175 grams extra firm tofu into your blender. Add half a cup raw cashews that have been soaked and softened, 1.5 tablespoons nutritional yeast, 3 tablespoons lemon juice, 1 teaspoon miso paste, half a teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1 teaspoon dried dill. Blend until very smooth, stopping your machine to scrape down the sides and give your machine a break as needed. Line a bowl or ramekin with cheesecloth or plastic wrap and scoop the blended cheese into the bowl. Wrap the excess over the top and gently press down to make sure it's compact. Cover with a plate or wax wrap and refrigerate for at least 2 hours or overnight to set. To shape it into logs, slice in half and then use the cheesecloth or plastic wrap to roll each half of the vegan cheese into a log shape, pressing the sides flat. Using a non-stick surface like a silicone baking mat or wax paper, sprinkle more dried dill and roll the logs through it to coat. Alternatively, sprinkle the dill directly onto the log to fill in any gaps. Serve immediately or refrigerate covered until you're ready. For a beautiful vegan charcuterie board, serve my cranberry crusted cheese ball and my garlic and dill cheese logs alongside my seed crackers, sweet and smoky spiced almonds, beet hummus, and fill the board out with grapes, dried figs, olives, smoked tofu, and any other fruit, vegetables, or pickled foods you love. Get creative and get a crowd together to dig in.
I said this once before. I was like, look at this bounty. Look at this bounty. This is amazing. I love this type of you just like, I want to eat all the things. I'm so excited.
That's what I said. Everybody loves to dig in.
Get a little closer to you because you're so pretty. What are we eating first?
Whatever you want to try. I already half ate this cracker, so maybe I'll finish
Maybe I'll eat this one because it's in behind.
Yeah, you can tell me what you think of each cheese flavor.
That dill one is so light and dilly. I approve. So good.
And that one goes really well with my original seed cracker, the more savory version. Whereas this cranberry one on these holiday sweeter seed crackers is so good.
Now I'm going to try one of the holiday ones with the cranberry. I'm hungry. Sorry, I'm not making any sense. Oh yeah, this is so good.
And you could probably tell they were pretty easy to garnish. So the more you manipulate them, the heat of your hands will make them a little stickier. So just move swiftly while you're garnishing them. Have a gentle touch. And you shouldn't have any messy problems. And the longer that they set in the fridge also helps with that. But if you're in a bit of a rush and you want to plate these in about 2 hours after they've been in the fridge, then they will be firm enough for you.
This is epic.
So typically the store-bought plant-based cheeses that we would buy are about 120 to 135 grams, and these both yield 300 grams of cheese. The store-bought versions cost us over $10, and the cranberry version here comes in just under $5, and the garlic and dill is under $4.
This is amazing. I haven't had this beet hummus in a while.
And all of these recipes are linked below for you, including the hummus, the almonds, the crackers. So look there.
This is a feast.
Do you have a preference of the cheese log if you were gonna really dig into one?
Which one would you do?
I think I'm a little partial to the cranberry one, but I like sweet things. So I like the holiday sweeter crackers. They're a tiny more finicky to bake than the savory crackers are super, super simple, but they're worth it.
I'm not sure, so I'm gonna have to make a decision right now.
Okay.
All right, sweet.
Mm-hmm. Cracker and one.
You know how I roll.
2 bite brownies? No.
Now I'm having savory. Here we go. They're so different.
And the base is, like you saw, the base is the same. So you can really change up the flavor with just adding a little bit of extra seasonings.
I'm going dill. Oh man, this is, I don't know what to eat next. I got hummus, I haven't had any pomegranate yet.
I know, oh, there's no spoon in there actually, so you'll have to wait a little bit longer. But, oh, after you.
Please, madam, someone could meet like that.
Yeah. Oh. I'm Catherine.
Two star-crossed lovers could meet over your holiday vegan charcuterie board.
If that happens, let us know. Good thing about this dill version too, we're gonna have a lot of extra because there's another 2 in the fridge. I think the leftovers are gonna become a pasta sauce of some sort.
Oh, nice. Like a lemony dill.
I think so. Speaking of leftovers, if you do have any, then they will last well in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. The only thing you might notice is that a little bit of moisture. I saw that.
We bumped hands again. I'm telling you, this is like how you get people talking. Look at us. We're bumping hands, reaching for
We
things.
need to get some other people in here, so it's not just us. But we do have friends coming over later.
Sorry, continue on.
What I was saying was the only thing you'll notice is that a little bit of excess moisture will start to come out of the tofu. So they won't be a soggy mess or anything, but you might notice just a little bit of moisture like under the cranberry one. So that's a reason that I like to try to garnish them as close to when I'm going to serve them as possible.
Catherine, I'm so impressed. This is amazing. All right, what's coming up next?
It's a tofu ricotta stuffed shells pasta.
I thought you broke. Like you just...
Well, I was like, stuffed shells. Do I have to say that it's pasta, or do you get that it's pasta?
This has been a long video.
Yeah, the simple recipes, but...
Well, we did the photos last night, so it's kind of been a bit of a...
And then we're entertaining, and I'm gonna make some risotto for our guests. And kind of scrub the bathroom. Life. Coming up next, there's another tofu cheesy recipe with a tofu ricotta stuffed shells with a pumpkin sauce.
Oh.
So before Bryan eats everything...
It's so much easier. I can't eat all that cheese.
No, the cheese, it's more the accoutrement. Thank you so much for watching. All those recipes are linked below for you. Like, comment, share, all the things that help our channel to grow, and we will see you next week.